Hello, Sam here with our upcoming releases. Next episode we'll be looking at the 2018 novel, Thrawn Alliances by Timothy Zahn. Then in the following episode we'll be looking at both the 2015-16 comic mini-event Vader Down, as well as the 2019 comic mini-series Vader, Dark Visions. Enjoy the show.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. It's a period of renewed hope for the rebellion. The evil Galactic Empire's greatest weapon, the Death Star, has been destroyed by the young rebel pilot Luke Skywalker. But Skywalker knows he has a long way to go if he ever hopes to become a true Jedi. Seeking clues to his destiny, he recently returned to his homeworld of Tatooine, where he discovered a secret journal left to him by Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Meanwhile, Princess Leia and Han Solo have encountered some surprises of their own. While searching the galaxy for a suitable site for a new rebel base, they've run afoul of Imperial patrol ships. Now hiding out on a remote planet, they find themselves facing a far more shocking encounter. Her name is Sana Solo, and she claims to be Han Solo's wife.
Hello and welcome to Crashing the Starfighter, a Star Wars podcast that wants to be more regular, but seems to be on a 3-week rotation currently. Look, life is busy, Yao. I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Sam and I've read these comics.
And Emily, I haven't read any of these comics.
And Emily, how much do you remember from the last time we did this comic series?
Shockingly, I remember quite a bit actually. All of this, I'm like, yeah, I remember this. This happened. Absolutely.
Okay. So, I have a question for you from last week. I phrased it really badly in the episode, but the gist was, what is the official name of the Smuggler's Moon?
Okay, the official name of the Smuggler's Moon is the Smuggler's Boon, because to land on the Smuggler's Moon is to get a Smuggler's Boon, Smuggler's Soon, and then you fly away while singing a Smuggler's tune.
Did you have that one written down?
No, I just made
Wow.
it up.
But honestly, let me put Lego and playing with down. I loved it.
Thank you. So you're not the only one who can do improv.
I wish I was. I'd have a lot more business.
Oh.
Or would I? I mean, you need someone to bounce off of. Who cares? I'm getting distracted. I want to give you the mark of creativity. If this was an episode of Taskmaster, I'd give you 5 points.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We love to see it.
But sadly, going off the notes I have here, you did get it wrong.
Oh no. Oh, how could this
Shockingly.
happen? Oh.
So the official name of the Smuggler's Moon is Nar Shaddaa.
Ah.
Which you may or may not have heard in passing.
I think I might have done.
I think it's in one of your KOTOR games.
Yeah, I think it is.
Don't quote me on that. I've never played them. And
Okay.
now I'm getting my Star Wars podcast license taken away from me.
It's like, no, you haven't played two of the best Star Wars games ever made. Oh.
What do you mean? I've played all the Jedi Academy series.
Oh no, walks into that one.
And it is a moon of Hutt.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Do you want to guess what species comes from Hutt?
Would it be the Hutts?
What? You idiot. No, it's obviously the Showdown.
Oh no! Oh fuck!
No, it's the Hutts. Oh, next gonna tell me the Rhodians are from Rhodia.
I wouldn't tell you that. I'm not stupid.
Oh, okay. So we have no Star Wars news. We have no small talk. Should we just go straight into it?
Wait, we've got no small talk?
No.
What is this? Is this an episode of Crashing the Starfighter?
I'm all out of it.
Oh my god, there's no news? Nothing has happened Star Wars related since we last spoke.
Okay, I've looked up Star Wars news.
Okay.
Countdown to Ahsoka, revisiting Season 5 of The Clone Wars from Star Wars Newsnet.
That ain't news. That's old.
Pushing buttons. Why the closure of Disney's Star Wars Hotel isn't the end of...
Isn't the end of what?
Immersive gaming.
Oh.
That's from The Guardian.
Immersive gaming?
The 35 million galactic star cruiser will shut down this year but experiences that combine the world and online gameplay could still fly.
I don't know anything about the the Halcyon or whatever it is. I genuinely, I don't know too much about it. I found out it was a thing and then I kind of just forgot about it.
Well, would you like a 5-issue comic story telling you about it?
Is that a thing that's happening in
I've
Star
got one
Wars?
that I've got one that I can whip out at any time on my shelf.
Oh, wow. To be fair, your shelf has a lot of things that we can refer to very regularly.
Yeah,
Maybe maybe that'll be an episode. We'll actually talk about that and the real Halcyon and what happened there.
and the last bit of news I'm going to bring up from the official Star Wars Twitter account. More Nubs content? Sign us up!
Hell yeah!
New Star Wars Young
Yo!
Jedi Adventures streaming now on Disney Plus.
Oh, I love
Oh,
that
does it have a
little
second
guy.
wave?
Yo, that's good. We saw we saw that little guy at Celebration. I love Nobs. He was so cute.
This might actually be news. Oh yeah, on August 2nd, the second wave of Young Jedi Adventure shorts came out.
Hey, news!
News.
News has happened. Balance is restored. We can go on.
So today we will be looking at Showdown on the Smuggler's Moon, which was
Ooh.
released between the 29th of July and the 18th of November 2015. Was written like the first trade of this Star Wars 315 run by Jason Aaron, with art by Simone Bianchi and Stuart Immonen. I have no facts about these people, I'm so sorry. I like
Fair
that
enough.
art though.
You can't know about every single person that's been involved in Star Wars comics because that would be scary, I think.
Later on in the episode, we'll also be looking at Darth Vader 2015 Volume 2, Shadows and Secrets. But first, to my spoiler-free review. I really liked both Showdown on the Smuggler's Moon and Shadows and Secrets. One is a fun camp Star Wars adventure. The other is a pretty good heist story, and this is coming from someone who doesn't like heist stories. Showdown on the Smuggler's Moon shows Luke's quest to continue to learn more about the Jedi. On this journey, he runs into an angry Hutt who owns an arena, and it leads to some very Force Unleashed moments. All the new characters it adds are great, and stick around for most rounds run, so this is worth picking up just for introduction. Also, following on from our last trade, we get some more good content with Han and Leia dealing with their relationship. Vader, on the other hand, has the heist story, which, as I said, I love. It introduces yet another space Sherlock, which is a trope that you could get tired of, but personally I am always there for another space Sherlock, as well as showing us some of our favourite bounty hunters from both comics and film. Taking place on mostly one system, it really goes in depth on the location. By the end of it, you feel like you know this place, as well as more about Vader's competitors. If I had to recommend just one of these books, it would be Shadows and Secrets. I didn't even mention Aphra. Look, I'm going to end the review here, but I recommend both these books. I literally came home and I wasn't sure I'd be able to pour myself a drink.
Oh god.
It was, oh, and we're back. Hi, hello, and
Oh,
welcome
hello.
back.
Hello.
We were just
Oh,
talking about Star Wars stuff.
of course, as we always do on this podcast, we never go off topic.
Have you got anything else you'd like to bring up before we begin?
I would like to say that nobody needs soup more than me, and that's it.
If you get that, please comment or email in, because I feel like it's beyond niche, and I've never been more proud.
It's incredibly niche, but it's stuck in my brain, so there we go.
So I have a second crawl to read to you. It's a rare Sam reads a crawl moment.
Yo, let's go. Oh, this is fun.
While searching for answers in his quest to become a Jedi, Luke Skywalker has uncovered a journal written by Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. The journal of Kenobi specifically left behind for Luke to find. The journal details Kenobi's adventures during the time he was hiding on Tatooine. And what follows is an excerpt from that journal. It's day 1672. Anakin, I'm still watching your son. He's having a
Not
bath,
really.
Anakin. He's having a nice
Oh
little
no.
sand bath. I
Oh
can see
no.
him through the window.
Like a little chinchilla, he's rolling around out there.
I'm glad he doesn't live in my little hut. My little hut is nice and sand-free.
That's our little noodle scooter.
And that's not because I hate sand, Anakin. I actually quite like it.
Very smooth and silky, and it never goes where it's not meant to be.
So, Tatooine. It's a drought. And Jabba's thugs are out, claiming the water tax where they can. Rumour has it that Jabba uses water for massive crime boss bath time.
As all crime bosses should do.
As a moisture farmer gets beaten on, a hooded figure approaches and walks past. Ben Kenobi cannot be the Jedi hero he once was anymore. These days he has to keep his head down. Walking over to Valar's homestead, thinks about how busy he should be training Luke, if only Owen would let him. The speed of Jabba's thugs approaches, them having realised that they've never come to Valar's homestead before, and as a way to make up for it, they're promising to take all Valar's water. They come face to face with a hooded figure on the road, and this time, not wanting him to endanger Luke, Obi-Wan steps in. He tells the thugs that they've collected enough water for the day, waving his hand. Obi-Wan, having met Jabba, didn't believe the bath story, because he knew that Jabba had never bathed in his life.
It's a lot of water, honestly.
As the criminals drove the other way, Kenobi thinks that while he can't train Luke, he still must do what he can to protect the boy.
Protect the boy!
It's my new reading voice. I'm trying out something new.
Carry on. I know, I'm actually, I prefer it a lot, and I would like you to continue in it for the foreseeable.
Oh god. Old Ben went into town to try and tell the farmers about black melons, fruit that grows in the sand. They have a milk inside, which, while it tastes terrible, can keep you alive. It's what the sand people use, and you may have seen them in the hit TV show Book of Boba Fett, a crime boss's journey to being a crime boss.
Those! I was about to be like, what black melons? And then I was like, oh no! They're the weird things that the sand people give him.
Yep.
Oh.
But sadly, all the farmers think he's a nut, and no one will take his black melons seriously. Then Jabba's thugs turn up to collect the tax. When the farmers start to refuse, the enforcers raise their weapons, only to have them all break. As the farmers turn against Jabba's goons and may quickly drive away, Obi-Wan realises that he took too big a risk, and vows never to return to town again.
A bit dramatic, isn't it?
Back at home, he tries to speak to Qui-Gon, telling him that while he would have believed there was nobility and restraint, Kenobi couldn't help but feeling useless. Unable to be a hero and unable to train the boy. That's when he senses, in the middle of the night and across the Dune Sea, that Luke has gone missing. Owen and Beru are looking for him, with no luck, as Luke has already been discovered by a group of Jabba's men. The young Skywalker was trying to steal water back for farmers, and was discovered. As one of the enforcers say we should take the boy as a slave, another gets dragged into the darkness by an unseen adversary. In the ensuing panic, Luke is thrown to the ground and knocked out, but soon the whole gang has been picked off one by one. Back at Valar's homestead, Owen and Beru find Luke asleep just outside one of the buildings, while Kenobi peeps from the distance.
He peeps from the distance. Not at all ominous.
Seeing the boy stand up to the criminals reminds him of who he is. Igniting his lightsaber for the first time in years, Obi-Wan knows that he may be the last of his order at the moment, but not of all time.
Ooh.
Back in the present, Luke continues reading, while R2 steers the X-Wing, unsure of their next destination. And that was issue 7, our first of a few interludes about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Kenobi. So what happened in that was that Kenobi was like, oh hey, I'm gonna go out and face these dudes. Oh no, I've done too much. I've shown too much that I'm a Jedi. I've done some bad Jedi stuff. And then like Luke goes missing and immediately he's like, I'm gonna do some more Jedi stuff.
Yes, but it's okay because it's nighttime and no one can see him.
Oh,
fact,
it was nighttime. No one could see him.
It was the middle of the night. In fact, the scene really reminds me of the opening to Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 5, The Jedi, where Ahsoka's just ripping guys in the woods.
Oh yeah, that bit. Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Just old Ben going full horror movie villain.
Good old Ben.
Oh, Ben Kenobi. You know what he's like.
Old
You know
Ben.
what old Ben's like.
You know what old Ben's like, you know?
In fact, if you want to see old Ben, would you like to look at issue 7's
I
cover?
would I would love to look at old Ben. I will actually. Let's have a look. There he is. He looks really perplexed. You know?
They're trying
He
to
looks
do. They're trying to mix Alec Guinness and Ewan McGregor in that cover.
genuinely. And they've ended up squarely away from both of them somehow. That's not to the detriment of the art. The art is nice. It doesn't really scream Kenobi to me.
And there below him, you can see Jabba's goons.
There they are, Jabba's guys.
The Wet Bandits, as they shall be called.
The next lot that Kenobi is inevitably going to face up against will be the Sticky Bandits.
We'll see next time.
We will see next time.
So, if you want to go on to the issue 8 cover,
I will. This is a really good cover, actually.
do you want to explain what you're seeing?
I will actually. You know what? I will. I'll give you a visual aid. So our own little noodle scooter is in the middle of this cover, and he's doing kind of like a Han Solo, like like the Han Solo like action pose where he's like leaning down and he's got like his blaster out, like whoa, like I'm ready to shoot something like that. That's what he's doing. He's got R2. R2 looks very perplexed somehow. I don't know how R2's making expression, but it's happening. And there is just a fuck ton of blasters pointed at this man. Just so many.
You're missing the most important part of this cover.
What, that he's in the cantina?
No, but he's doing a 14-year-old girl's pout.
You know he is. He is. Absolutely. He looks like like when you call a dog and it doesn't want to get up to like acknowledge you. It's like side eyes you and you can see the whites of its eyes. That's what he looks like.
Oh no, you're manifesting him a bisexual girlfriend into existence.
Oh no.
Be careful.
Oh.
Don't say the golden retriever words.
He looks like my bisexual girlfriend in this cover.
Luke Skywalker, as portrayed by Cara Delevingne.
My
I'll
manic
say it again.
girl. One day, Sam, it will happen.
Above an unnamed planet, in the Monsieur Nebula. I'm gonna keep this voice up. I feel like I have to commit to the bit.
You might have
Above
to
it.
commit to the bit. I'm not going to make you, but if you'd like to,
Above
please
an
commit.
unknown planet, in Monsieur Nebula, a star destroyer looms. Can't scan the planet below due to the electric storms in the atmosphere, but it knows 2 enemy ships are down there, and deploys a squadron of bombers to take them out. On the planet below, Leia is still shocked by the wife reveal, and asks Han how Sana found them. She points out he's predictable, and she just left a beacon in the atmosphere above their favourite rendezvous. She then kisses him, tasting the Corellian wine on his lips, and knows what's going on. Han tries to plead his case to Leia, but recognizing Leia's name, Sana raises her gun on the rebel princess. She warns Leia that Han has done cons like this before, countless times, saving royalty, sticking around to get close to them, and then asking for a bigger reward.
Ooh.
Han tells Leia that none of this is true. Sana's not even my wife. But she tells Leia there are papers in her ship to prove it. They are all then distracted by proton bombs in the atmosphere. Leia starts to head back to their stolen Imperial ship and tells Sana to shoot at her if she's going to. Sana said there's no need for anything that drastic and tells her voice-activated cannon to destroy the rebel ship instead. Han asks what she's doing, and Sana tells Han that he's going to return to his old life, and they're going to sell Leia to the Imperials up above.
I'm weirdly invested in this, like, Han Solo wife arc. How did this come to be? This is truly the river song of Star Wars.
How do you feel about this wife thing?
The thing is that I'm deeply intrigued by the wife thing. Actually, I want to know how this came about. I really do, because like, I love seeing Han Solo just thoroughly cucked, to be honest, and like I therefore kind of love this woman a little bit. And I'm kind of hoping that in the end, her and Leia decide to fly off into the sunset somehow.
And just change it all Star Wars. I'm
Yeah,
just
the Star
saying.
Wars is changing now. Oh no, no, Ben, no.
I'm gonna break it again. If Ben had two mums, he would have been best developed.
You know what? Yeah, maybe so, perhaps.
Meanwhile, in his X-wing, Luke is annoyed. He almost died to get a book, and there's no answer in it for him.
And he
Not
can't
wanting.
read.
It's all in this weird Star Wars language. It's all in Arabish. I don't know how to read Arabish.
What is
Not
this? Some kind of
wanting.
Star Wars?
What are we? Some kind of Star Wars?
Oh no.
Not wanting to return back to Rebel Fleet with nothing, he decides that the Jedi must have had a home, which leads him to Nar Shaddaa for Smuggler's Moon. While the Jedi never had a base here, Luke assures R2 he has a plan. He finds the worst looking bar he can, walks in, and asks for transport to Coruscant. And if you go to the next image, you can see how well this goes down.
Oh god. Poor Luke. Hang on. Oh, I love the first panel though. Slay.
It's your bisexual girlfriend again.
That is my bisexual girlfriend. That's my weed smoking bisexual girlfriend. We love to see it. Can I say the guy's dialogue?
Luke says what he says, the whole
Yeah.
bar looks at him, and then the barkeep goes,
Kill him, rob him, feed him to the scum squids. That was so fun.
So I'm glad Luke had a plan.
He's done great, honestly. He's done really, really great.
Luke throws a punch, but is quickly overwhelmed, causing him to ignite his saber. This stops the
Oh god.
attack, but someone sitting in an alcove makes a call. It's me. Tell a big guy I'm bringing him one. The barkeep asks where Luke's lightsaber came from, but when Luke is now hesitant to reply, the barkeep starts making guesses. Based on the saber, he assumes that Luke wants to go to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, a task he's willing to do if he gets the saber for his payment. Luke argues, No, you can't! This lightsaber was my father's!
Oh my god, Luke, shut up! You stupid little twink, stop saying things.
And the barkeep says that this bar was his father's, but now both their fathers are probably dead, so what's it matter?
Eh.
When Luke still says no, the barkeep returns to the first plan of killing him. When the stranger from the alcove gets up, shooting lightning from his hand, pulls the saber towards him, and runs, with Luke and half a bar quickly following.
Whoa. Wait, he shoots lightning from his hands.
He shoots lightning from his hands and pulls the lightsaber towards him.
Whoa, he shoots oh no, it's Emperor Palpatine himself.
He's come. He hangs out in bars looking for lightsabers now.
This is his favourite bar. He was having a night off. What luck.
In Ahsoka mentions how she thinks Palpatine would be too busy to just sneak around looking for Jedi kids. But here he is in a bar.
Here he is, sneaking around looking for Jedi kids.
A Sith Lord in a smoky room.
The idea of Palpatine smelling like wine and cheap perfume is really funny to me.
I think it's likely.
Yeah, I think it could be likely. Genuinely. I actually do.
It's either that or death. One of the two.
One of the two. Maybe it's interchangeable. You know, maybe it's hits a certain point in the day and the death kicks in.
Back on the other planet, Sana's calling the Empire to sell the princess. Leia asks Han why he didn't shoot Sana, and he concedes that she's a better shot than him. Leia then kicks Han into Sana, pulling out her own blaster hidden in a holster on her ankle, and saying, Don't move. Han says it's not the plan he would have gone with, but it may work, to which Leia responds, I'm not just talking to her, Captain Solo. Did you really think I'd let you two sell me to the Empire?
Oof.
Sana responds to Leia that she's already been sold to the Empire, as TIE fighters fly down towards them. And that's the end of this issue.
Whoa. Again, I love content of Han Solo just getting cucked, to be honest. It's the best Star Wars content, actually, that.
And if you go to the next cover,
I will. Let's go.
just in case you
Ooh.
forgot how cool Sana looked.
Yeah, she does look really cool.
Running over the rooftops, the thief jumps and grabs the underside of a passing speeder, warning Luke that you roof run like a farmer and will never catch up. But Luke gets to the edge of the roof and launches himself into the air, grabbing the thief by their foot and causing their magna glove to break, and then both to fall to the ground below. Luke picks up his saber and comments to R2, who has chased him from the ground, that it looks like the others have stopped following. Of course they did, boy. You're in Hutt Town now, meaning you and your little toy saber belong to me.
Oh no!
Gracchus the Hutt.
Whoa!
Fear my many mechanical legs, my magna guards, and my neckness of lightsabers. If you want to see some Prime Hutt content, look at the
I
next
really
image.
want to see this guy. I want to see them. This is the next image. Oh. Yo, look at this dude!
Hello
Why
there,
is he
I am
ripped?
an esteemed gentleman, and I'm very buff.
Why is this Hut so fucking buff? This is insane. Holy shit. This is an image that I'm gonna have scarred on my brain for the rest of time, and I'm not angry about it. I didn't think that I'd ever see a Hut with a six pack.
If people don't find Hutts attractive, I can only assume they haven't seen me.
They haven't seen this guy. This guy's something else. Honestly.
Do you like my legs? They allow me to move around like a scary little snake man with legs.
Going I like the fact that the legs they don't have feet on them because that would be too practical. They're all little hooks instead. There's no feet here. Just the weight distribution that's happening is not really efficient.
Do you like how tall I am compared to that little baby Luke Skywalker?
Hey, don't talk about my bisexual girlfriend like that.
That little noodle scooter.
Little noodle scooter.
Meanwhile, on the other planet, where the story is taking place, the TIE fighters are landing to apprehend Leia, but she starts shooting at them, heading to Sana's ship. Han asks Sana for his blaster, and she tells him that they're going to collect on Leia and go home. Han tells her that Leia won't be their only target, as he's also a rebel on the Empire's most wanted list. Sana comments, "Just when I thought you couldn't give me more grief," before giving him a gun and heading to her ship, inviting Leia to board quickly before she comes to her senses. Luke tries to fight the Magna Guards, but is bested. The thief tells Gracchus, "This kid said his dad was a Jedi." So Gracchus swings one of his big muscular hot arms and knocks Luke out.
I feel so
When he
weird
wakes,
about this part. I'm not sure about it. I feel weird about it. He's so
when he
buff.
wakes, he is in darkness, held by two Magna Guards, with Gracchus holding something in front of him in his big buff hot hand.
Oh, stop referring to him like this. I don't know how to feel.
For honestly, quite sexy Hutt asks if Luke knows what it is, to which Luke replies no. The Hutt goes, "No you don't know, or no you won't tell me," and Luke goes, "As if it matters."
Oh, Luke.
Turning on the lights, Gracchus reveals that he uses his ill-gained wealth to collect Jedi artifacts, from lightsabers and breathing equipment to giant statues. The item in his
Really
hand
common hobby.
is a Jedi holocron. And if Luke is really a Jedi, he'll open it in the next 5 seconds or die. 4, 3. Luke tries to plead his case, tries to open it. When the Hutt reaches 5 and he still hasn't, he pleads to Ben, and suddenly every holocron in the room opens, Jedi wisdom flowing from all over, speaking of everything from a temple on the planet of Vorgos Vass to instructions on how to build your own lightsaber. The one in Gracchus' hand shows Shark T, a Jedi Master from the Clone Wars, pleading that the Jedi haven't died in vain. Gracchus says, "Well, you'll make a nice addition to my collection as the last Jedi."
That's not his line.
Send him to the Game Master and have him prepped for the arena. Outside of Gracchus' castle, R2 be creeping.
R2 be creeping.
Inside a ship, Leia can't get a distress call out as all the comms are blocked. Sana asks her and Han to get on the guns. When Han says he thinks he should be the one piloting, both women turn and tell him to shut up.
I really want to add Kira to this. I think that would just be perfect.
Meanwhile, in Rebel Command, a distress call did make it through. One from R2 on Nar Shaddaa. Mon Mothma says they can't spare men to mount a rescue, and a covert mission would be a suicide mission. But a growl from the door says they have volunteers. C-3PO translates, "We will go immediately." Wait, we? Oh dear!
Dear.
As Chewbacca drags him to the Falcon. And that's the end of another issue.
Oh, they got to go get that little noodle scooter. He's so dumb. There's nothing going on in his brain.
Oh, Luke is my favourite idiot.
Same, honestly. There's just nothing behind his eyes, you know?
I put Hondo up there as well, but A, you haven't met Hondo, and B, I feel like Luke would out-idiot Hondo.
Yeah. I know of Hondo. I've seen Hondo before.
Oh, you don't know Hondo.
I know Hondo.
Yeah,
Wait,
name some Hondo
we-
facts.
His name is Hondo.
You got me there.
I think maybe we should stop thinking about this and we should just start thinking about that weirdly sexy Hutt in this comic.
Or we could look at the cover for the 10th issue.
Oh, let's. Whoa! Is this Luke about to enter the Hunger Games era of this comic run?
This is Luke about to make a friend.
Oh.
So yeah, it's Luke in what seems to be an arena with a big guy behind him.
There's a big guy here. I don't know how else to describe him. He's a big guy.
And when we say a big guy, we're not talking about a buff, sexy, massive heart with throbbing arms.
I don't like that his arms are throbbing.
We're talking about some kind of big, scary, monster-looking guy with horns.
Yeah, it's a standard fare kind of Star Wars monster guy.
Inside a ship, everyone is getting on well as they run away from Star Destroyers, with Sana saying, "She may not look like a princess, but she sure as hell shoots like one." And Leia countering, "I thought one side was bad enough, now I have to deal with two of them?" And Han correcting, "That's not even her name! Can we please? Not now, husband. We're about to jump to hyperspace. Please tell me you got your hyperspace at a different place to your husband's. It sounds like someone's been for a ride in the Falcon. He claims it's the fastest ship in the galaxy, and it could be if not for the one you're in. Welcome to the Vault Cobra, and goodbye to the Empire." Sana hits the switch, and sure enough, they enter hyperspace. Over Nar Shaddaa, the Falcon flies looking for somewhere to land. 3PO is horrified when Chewbacca says he feels more at ease here than in a boardroom, and says if he feels that way, he can look for Luke on his own, to which the Wookiee laughs ominously.
Oh no!
On the streets, alone, 3PO walks up to some droids and asks if they've seen an R2 unit and their master, and the droids say they'll take him to them. Shockingly, they walk 3PO to a dead end, and say they're going to scrap him in the hopes his parts will give him an oil bath.
Oh,
3PO
why?
suggests they find someone more accommodating, but appearing behind them, Chewbacca assures his golden friend that these droids will do fine. Walking out into an arena, Luke meets the Game Master, a man topless with red skin and a hood hiding his face.
Pics?
I have no pics of this man.
Oh, damn it. Why?
Do you want to see this man?
I do want to see this shirtless man, yes.
Topless, red skin, hood over face? Any ideas?
Wait! Wait, hang on! It's that boy! Holy shit, I've been duped!
I don't think it's Fat. I don't think it's Fat Boy.
Wait, no, you were selling it to me like it was Maul.
Yeah, it was. It's not.
Fuck's sake, stop gaslighting me. I was so excited, I love Maul.
I'm sad to say Maul is long dead by this point.
Oh no!
And by long dead, I mean like a year.
Oh, well, yeah, actually, it's fair enough. Damn it. Everywhere I go, I think of him.
But to be fair, when this comic came out, Moore wasn't dead.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, you get what I mean. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, Star Wars canon.
Okay, damn.
But there's a picture of your man.
I mean, he can master my game whenever he wants.
I mean, he's no Gracchus for Hutt, but...
This is true, but nobody can be Gracchus the Hutt. It's not possible. However,
Luke tells him, I won't fight for the amusement of a Hutt. What was that voice?
it was something.
I won't fight for the amusement of a Hutt. What's my
doing
Luke voice sound like?
You were doing the clip of the sassy like Pinocchio from that really bad Pinocchio film that was.
But father.
I don't want to fight for the hearts.
I'm making Luke too pathetic. I don't want to fight for the amusement of a Hutt. But the Game Master assures him that he will if he wants to learn. The Jedi Temple is now the Imperial Palace, and the other temples are gone. Every day more Jedi artifacts break, so if Luke wants to save the Jedi, he'll have to hurry. Igniting his own green blade, he invites Luke to take a swing. But as the farm boy charges, the Game Master hits him in the face with the hilt of his own saber, knocking him to the floor.
Nice one, Luke.
You're dead before half the audience have found their chairs. Next time, try not to die. In the bar Luke was in before, 3PO asks for information, but the barkeeper isn't in a helpful mood. Chewbacca warns that anyone who doesn't want to fight should leave. We then see a moment of pause, and an external shot of a cantina as someone gets thrown out the window. As Luke fights Magna Guards, in the stalls Gracchus asks if Luke will be ready for the fight. The Game Master replies that he always gets him ready, and informs that Luke seems to have not had any training before. Gracchus replies that everything has died in his arena besides the Jedi, and all Luke has to do is put on a good show. A full house is expected, and they don't want it to be over too fast.
Oh, steady on.
Heading to the cells, the Game Master asks if Gracchus has decided what animal Luke will be fighting, and Gracchus reveals he's acquired something special. Seeing it, the Game Master says that not even a fully trained Jedi would survive for that long, and Gracchus promises, blood and lightsabers, my boy, blood and lightsabers.
Oh my god, he's got a catchphrase and everything? Whoa.
On the Vault Cobra, Sana says she thought marrying her was the craziest thing Han would do, but then he became a rebel. Han says if they did get married, but maybe... Sana asks if he's going to keep acting like their ceremony on Stannis never happened. Leia then says that she's spoken to Rebel Fleet and they need to go to Nar Shaddaa to save Luke. Sana initially says no, not knowing who this Luke guy is, but Leia offers payment. And Sana pauses before asking for Han back as payment. Han tells Leia to ignore Sana and talk to me, Leia, talk to me, but Leia has already agreed. On top of a roof on Nar Shaddaa, Chewbacca is holding the bartender off the edge by his leg, asking where Luke is. The bartender directs him to Gracchus, pointing to where the building should be. While C-3PO turns to look, we hear a scream in the background. Finding it, 3PO turns around to thank the bartender and asks where he went. Chewbacca growls. 3PO goes, "You let him go? Well, that's nice of you." In a shadier part of Nar Shaddaa, a Gungan tells someone that he saw Chewbacca, recognizing him from the game to Jarek. He knows that where Chewbacca is, Han Solo isn't far behind, and he knows there's a big bounty on Solo, so maybe Dengar will be grateful. Holding up a gun, Dengar says he is grateful, and asks where the Wookiee is. Now, do you know who Dengar is?
If I do, I can't remember.
So, you know in Empire Strikes Back, when Vader gets with
Mhm.
bounty hunters,
Yeah, is he
and,
in those?
and they all have cool names.
Yeah.
Dengar's for one in there who looks like he's covered in bandages.
Okay. I can't picture him necessarily. I'm gonna be real.
I put a link in the Discord.
Okay, let's have a look. Let us see this man. This guy, this guy looks like he needs some help. I'm
Dengar.
not sure if I trust him to kill anything. Oh yeah, here's a screenshot of him from Battlefront. There we go. Finger.
To be fair, I forgot he was in Battlefront until I saw that screenshot. He also may or may not have been in Rise of Skywalker as Rangardesh.
Really? Oh,
But that's a story for another time.
true.
If you go on to the next cover,
I will. Uh, sorry, I'm just
I have a
removing
picture of
Deng.
Dengar. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, you do. He's here. What the fuck? Yeah, he's literally here. He really. Okay, did you ever play Fallout New Vegas?
No.
Okay, this is gonna go over your head completely, but somebody might get it. Okay, there's a DLC for Fallout New Vegas. If you know what I'm talking about, you probably already know the character I'm talking about. There's a dude who's like covered in bandages who is just constantly reloading guns in a cave, and this is Dengar. This is who he is. He's like a Mormon that only reloads guns in a cave, and that's all that he does every day, all day, every day. And that's
To be
why
fair,
Dengar is the
that's as realistic a Dengar backstory as any I've heard.
best. I can imagine him just sat in a cave reloading pistols and then throwing those pistols onto a pile of pistols,
So can
which
I.
is legitimately what this man does.
Who then Boba Fett will come in and pick up the pistols.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, "Hey boss, can I? No, gun boy, get back to it.
Keep reloading, gun boy.
Go on, little gun boy."
Then just a single tear rolls down Dengar's cheek.
Looking over Gracchus' fortress, 3PO is all doom and gloom odds on getting in. But Chewbacca wants to fight. 3PO starts telling him that's a stupid idea. Wookiee gets hit by an electric disc and drops to the floor. Turning to see Dengar, Bounty Hunter asks where Han
My new favorite
is,
character.
and 3PO says, "Not here, and of course, for one time I'd like him to be." Dengar asks 3PO to call him, but remembering how Chewbacca helped him on Cymoon 1 in the previous trade, 3PO asks himself, "Oh, why do I always have to be a hero?" before touching the disc, shorting it and himself out. As Chewbacca steps up, Dengar promises him there's more where that came from.
Ooh.
Gracchus asks Luke if he's ready for a big day, and Luke asks what happens if he wins.
You live.
"We won't need to worry about that." Gracchus then pulls out Ben's journal, telling Luke that scavengers have found his ship. Luke gets angry, and Gracchus says, "It's no wonder you're such a bad Jedi." Gracchus then asks for him to be given his lightsaber, but the lightsaber he's given isn't his. The Game Master tells him this is his chance to be a Jedi Knight, or to die like one at least. Stepping into the arena, the crowd is disappointed with the Jedi they've been given. We meet Luke's competitor, the last of his kind, Et's protector of the Dolvite mines on Mustafar, Congo, the Disemboweler, a giant horned
Oh,
beast
hell
with a
yeah.
prosthetic arm and a knee replacement. Towering above Luke, the fight doesn't seem like it would be fair. If you want to see another Congo shot, go to the next image.
Dude, let's have a look at this man. Whoa, let's go. Who makes like a big robot hand for like a big guy like that and a big robot knee?
Um, Probably the High
Keep thinking
Evolutionary.
this. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. That's a fair answer. Those like horns that guy has are like very like Mandalorian like crest looking, very mythical looking.
Oh yeah. Also, this guy feels like he belongs in The Force Unleashed.
No, that's fair. I do think that like the robot arm looks really sick.
As Luke ignites his new green saber, the announcer calls for the game to begin. On the Vault Cobra, Leia asks Sana to inform when we get to Nar Shaddaa before locking herself in her room. Han, outside, explains that the wedding wasn't real. Well, it was, but you see, there's a crime boss and a heist. We needed a big event to act as a distraction.
I didn't know Boba Fett was invited.
Han eventually gives up. Sinking to the floor outside her door, he wishes that Chewbacca was with him.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Chewbacca, on the roof on Nar Shaddaa, gets warned by Dengar that Dengar can throw punches just as well. And that's when the Wookiee punches Dengar into the air. Dengar concedes it. Okay. He may not be able to punch as well, but he has got more toys. Setting off an explosive he placed in Wookiee's back. As Chewbacca falls to the ground, Dengar activates a lighter, wanting to make sure the Wookiee can still scream.
God.
Meanwhile, speaking of getting knocked around, in the arena, Luke is getting thrashed. The Game Master points out that metal plating is deep core drilling armor. It won't be easy to break through with a lightsaber. Gracchus worries the Game Master has taken a liking to Luke, just like the Hutt took a liking to the Game Master, the best fighting slave he's ever brought. But he says that the Jedi are dead now. He should know he owns the bones. And it's pointless to let a kid like this sully the legend. But the Game Master is gone. Outside, he signs in as Agent 5241 and tells the Empire if they want the Jedi alive, they'll have to hurry.
Ooh.
Luke closes his eyes, thinking about how he blew up the Death Star, how he beat Boba Fett, but while he's thinking about this, he gets knocked across the arena and drops his lightsaber.
That's actually really funny.
In the audience are two peeps.
He peeps?
Everyone peeps. It's Star Wars. Chewbacca tries to fight, but seems beaten. Dengar promises to make it quick if a Wookiee tells him where Han is. Suddenly shot in the back, Han replies, "Right here, ugly," from the top of the Cobra. And whenever you want to look at the cover of issue 12, The Last in This Trade.
Oh. Yo. That is, he gets more and more bisexual girlfriend with each and every image that I see of him. He also kind of looks like he's in like a Mr. Beast thumbnail, and like the other ones have just been like photoshopped in behind him to be like, whoa!
I have never seen a Miss Beast thumbnail.
What? Hang on.
I have done my best to avoid this Mr. Beast.
But he does like the thumbnails are very iconic. Okay, this guy, he has like a few poses, right? And there's a specific pose that looks like what Luke's doing, but I can't find any on Google with it. Here are some examples.
Here are my top 5 Mr. Beast poses.
These are my top 5 Mr. Beast poses. I want you to look at this and then look at the cover.
Oh god. Oh
Yeah,
man,
they're awful.
if you asked me to if you asked the AI to draw a white man,
That's what they draw you.
I thought he had a bunch of money. Why can't he afford a proper beard shaver?
This might have been in the early days, but if you will look at the bottom left one that I've sent you, he does have a stack of money in his hand, so he could have bought a beard trimmer with that, but he did not, unfortunately.
Han warns Dengar to step aside, but Dengar holds up a thermal detonator and promises if he lets it go, all of them will die. He asks Han to settle things, one-on-one. That's when he's suddenly lifted up in the air high by Chewbacca and thrown off the roof, where he drops the detonator and explodes in midair.
Oh, Dengar.
Consider it settled, Han says before asking Chewbacca where Luke is. 3PO gets off the ground, helped by Leia, asking, "Oh, did I save the day again?"
Yes, you did, bro.
And Leia suggests that if they want to find Luke, they should follow the TIE fighters currently flying over the city. In the arena, Congo is about to eat Luke when his shock collar is activated, causing the crowd to demand refunds. Gracchus is confused, and the Game Master cuts down his droids and warns him the arena is closed and the Hutt is under arrest. As the Empire swarms, they surround Luke and tell him not to move. R2 uses the Empire turning up as a distraction as he moves into the treasury and gets Anakin's lightsaber. In the arena, the Game Master reveals that they've always been an Imperial spy, asking Gracchus how he thought he managed to get all these Jedi artifacts without the Empire catching on. Gracchus then reveals that he has a hidden contingency, activating an arena-wide voice-activated protocol called Gracchus 5, causing an EMP to blast throughout the building and disabling the Imperial comms and blasters.
Sam, I feel like we need to have a conversation about what Gracchus 1 to 4 are.
We can, but first I need to point out that Gracchus then uses his buff Hutt arms to destroy some Imperials, with the audience starting to place bets in his favour.
Hell yeah, Gracchus! We love to see it.
So Gracchus 5 is an EMP blast.
Is this a situation where it's like Mambo number 5, where there aren't any more Mambos?
No, I feel like Gracchus 1 would be self-destruct.
Okay, alright.
But also Gracchus feels like a kind of person who would just be like, Gracchus number 1. Gracchus number 1. So maybe Gracchus number 2 is for... Okay, I've worked it out. Gracchus number 1 is like party lighting. Gracchus number 2 is for self-destruct.
Okay.
Because if anyone ever accuses Gracchus of being number 2, then this place is going to explode.
That's fair enough. Because I can really see, if the self-destruct was still on the number 1, I can really see somebody being like, whoa, Gracchus, you're number 1! And him being like, no, don't!
So, Gracchus number 3.
Gracchus number 3 is like a Nickelodeon slime cannon.
Oh, I like it.
It just slimes the audience.
Gracchus number 4, I think it is just like not the party lighting, just the piercing white strobe lighting, which will either blind people or cause them to have seizures.
Okay, so that's like the humane option.
It's like 5 is disable weapons, 4 is disable the audience.
So really, if you wanted to just fuck everyone's shit up, you could be like, Gracchus number 4, Gracchus number 5, and then like it just everyone would be completely debilitated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, don't question why the EMP didn't work on droids.
Wait, yeah, what the fuck? Hang on.
Don't question it. Don't question it. Don't question why it didn't work on lightsabers. Don't question it.
The lightsabers I could see some sort of reasoning for, but the droids.
It's a very plot convenient EMP.
It really is.
Where's it mentioned Gracchus's buff arms? There we are.
There we go. Gracchus number 5.
The EMP breaks Congo's control collar. Beast starts climbing out the arena. As Luke is dragged away by Imperials, a lightsaber lands at his feet. Thrown to him by R2, he activates the familiar blue blade and cuts down his escorts. Running into the arena, Leia, Han, Chewie, and Sana are worried by the guards being destroyed. Han asks Sana why she didn't stay with the ship, and she answers that she needs to look after her investment. As a screaming crowd approaches, Congo breaks the wall behind them, and Sana raises her blaster, only to find it doesn't work, because apparently entering a building after the MP has gone off means your blasters don't work either.
Oh my god.
It's a very plot convenient EMP.
This is bad actually. It's like this guy was like, okay, this EMP can do anything. This EMP is about to like cook me dinner in a minute.
What it was is Gracchus said Gracchus number 5.
Yeah.
Gracchus number 5.
Gracchus number 5.
But really what Gracchus was thinking was EMP would deactivate all the blasters and comms of anyone about to enter for the next 15 minutes, but also doesn't stop droids because my guards are droids.
Exactly what he meant to do. That's what Gracchus number 5 really means.
As Congo knocks down a wall, Sana gets separated. And that's when R2 arrives and throws 4 lightsabers to his friends. Activating them, Leia says she's always wanted to try one, and Han warns that if a wizard tells him to use the Force, he may leave.
Made pre-Rider Skywalker.
Leia then says, "May the Force be with us," and they charge the Imperials. Leia and Han both have a saber each, and Chewbacca's dual wielding. And of course, I gave you an image of this lovely, lovely picture.
Of course you did. Thank you. Oh, yo. Very cool. Very cool.
The lower panel is very Episode 2, Geonosis Arena.
It really is, yeah.
Luke comes face to face with the Game Master and warns that he may be out of a job. The Game Master reveals that he's always been a stormtrooper, that he will have to take Luke in, when suddenly, big buff Hutt arms grab him from behind.
Whoa, no!
Gracchus threatens to feed his old slave to lizards, then feed those lizards to bigger lizards, then barbecue those bigger lizards. And the Game Master grabs a lightsaber from the Hutt's necklace of lightsabers and cuts off some of his legs. He then orders some stormtroopers to capture a boy with a lightsaber, to which the stormtrooper replies that everyone seems to have a lightsaber at this point.
I mean...
Luke apologises for dragging Han into more craziness, but Han promises whatever Luke's been up to can't be weirder than what he's been up to.
Women, am I right?
I'm sorry, Han. How many big buff Hutts have you been knocked out by?
True.
Luke wants to run to Gracchus' treasury, but as more Imperials swarm, Chewie holds him back and drags him away. Luckily, R2 was able to grab Ben's journal. Leia, meanwhile, uses her saber to go back and finds Sana under a collapsed wall. Freeing her and helping her out, Sana reveals that the marriage was in fact a scam, like Han's been saying all along.
Aww.
At the end of it, Han ran off with her share. She's been chasing him for her cut ever since. Her real name is Sana Staros.
Ooh.
The Falcon and Cobra fly off together, leaving Congo to destroy the arena.
You go, Congo.
An unknown time later, Gracchus in chains. Vader congratulates the Games Master, revealed to be Sergeant Creel, on helping rid the galaxy of scattered Jedi artifacts. Creel promises that if he's put in the field, he'll track down the Jedi, and Vader asks what he learned. A name, perhaps? Creel didn't get a name, but feels given time, the Jedi could grow strong. Vader instead promises that he will be crushed with the rest of the rebellion, crushing a holocron in his hand to prove a point.
Just to make it poetic.
And that's how this trade ends.
Whoa! A lot of things happened.
So what did you think of this one?
A lot of things happened. I'm giving it a lot of points for Gracchus, honestly, because we love that big hunk of slug very much. We love him.
You know
feel
me,
like,
I'm a Hutt lover.
of course, as are we all, Sam. As are we all. I feel like there was a distinct lack of women kissing going on. There could have been more of that in the Han side plot, which was
just to clarify. You mean women kissing each other, not women kissing Han?
No, God no.
God knows women kissing Han.
No women will be kissing Han in this.
All women will be kissing each other.
They'll all be kissing each other. Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I just really like the fact that when Han shows up and Luke's just like, oh, this is a crazy situation, right, Han? Han's just like, it's nothing compared to what I've been through. He's talked to 2 women, and that's what he's been through. Han's just spoken to 2 women.
You may not know this. You may not know this, but women are fairly traumatizing.
I can't say no to that. It's very general, but I can't say no to that. In specific circumstances, specific cases.
Okay, should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Shadows and Secrets, Darth Vader 2015 Volume 2, was released between the 1st of July and the 11th of November 2015. Written by Kieran Gillen, it has art by Salvador La Rosa, just like the first trade. As I said last time, Kieran Gillen is my favourite comic writer, so I probably enjoyed this one. No spoilers.
I mean, yeah, it is spoilers. Okay, shall I do a crawl? Let's do it.
Do a crawl.
Shall I do the long time ago? Or shall I
Sure, why
skip
not?
straight? Alright, okay, let's do this. Get your tunes at the ready. A long time ago.
Bam, 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 bam.
No, you had one job. You had one job.
Nobody
Ugh.
expects the Imperial March.
Nobody expects it. I swear to God. Okay. A long time ago.
Bam,
In a
bam, bam,
gal-
bam, 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 bam.
Alright, it's staying that now. I'm just doing the crawl. Alright, no, I'll do it. Okay. A long time ago
Bam,
in
bam,
a
bam, bam,
galaxy.
bam, bam, bam,
Oh,
bam, 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 bam,
this
bam,
border
bam,
has
bam,
engulfed the
bam, bam,
galaxy.
bam, 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 bam.
Disorder engulfs the galaxy. After the destruction of the Death Star by a mysterious Force-strong rebel pilot, the Sith Lord Darth Vader was deemed responsible by his master, Emperor Palpatine. Now pursuing his own agenda, the pilot's identity, Vader recruited bounty hunter Boba Fett and the archaeologist Dr. Aphra. Pitted by the Emperor against a new array of rivals for his position in the Empire, Vader's rage at being doubted was compounded by an even more shocking revelation. The rebel pilot he sought was actually the son he never knew he'd had. Now, alongside Aphra, the Sith Lord returns to his home planet Tatooine, the former homestead of the pilot, following a trail left behind by Boba Fett and the young Skywalker.
So what do you think of a crawl?
It's a good one. That's actually a really, really good one. It's got a lot to it. It's punchy. It's got a lot of character names.
Do you
You know,
like how
it's
it
the
mentions Aphra? Because I like how it mentions
I
Aphra.
I do like how it mentions Aphra. I did say that I wanted more women kissing women in
I
these
have
comics.
Aphra's Pride cover from this year looking at me as I sit here.
Hell yeah, we love that. Yeah, Aphra's cool. I really enjoyed Aphra last time. I thought she was really fun, actually. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of her.
On Tatooine, Vader and Aphra walk through Valar's homestead. Seeing blaster marks all over the walls, Aphra comments that it must have been a covert strike, while 000 marvels at the droid wreckage. Aphra points out what happened here was a double-edged sword. If the boy who destroyed the Death Star was here when the Empire attacked, the Empire would still have its superweapon, but also if the home was never attacked, he may never have left the planet. Now at Obi-Wan's hut, Vader orders his entourage to stay outside. Inside, he senses the fight Luke had with Boba, realizing the boy's strength, but also that Obi-Wan failed by never teaching him.
He didn't really get much of a chance. Like, come on now, he didn't get that much time.
He had 19 years.
Well, yeah, he could have made himself a bit more visible. That's
Uncle
fair.
Owen, I know I'm on probation. I fixed the droids. Can they go to the Tashi station? I've got my Luke voice back.
When can I leave? I want to go be on my own.
At a safe distance, Aphra blows up Ben's house and asks Vader what's next. He tells her that he has to return to his duties, but will be in touch soon. On Sontul, a planet in the Outer Rim, in the Sontul Pride base, a Twi'lek smuggler pleads for forgiveness from a Rhodian crime boss after losing his cargo.
Crime boss.
Blaming the Empire, the Rhodian says he's been hearing that excuse a lot recently, opening a hatch near a caged mudhorn to reveal a collection of severed heads. Stepping to the Twi'lek, notices a red light on him. Asking what it is, the smuggler replies that it's an Imperial tracker, as the Empire, led by Vader, smashes through the wall. The crime boss releases the mudhorn and makes a run for it, but lifting him with the Force, Vader moves Rodian into the beast's path, where he is devoured. Vader then stabs the creature in the head, killing it.
Oh.
The smuggler was hit by a stray bullet. Opening a big vault, Vader discovers a lot of credits, which he seizes as Imperial contraband.
He's gonna buy himself a new bag later. Hell yeah.
Sadly, it's the Empire's property, not his.
Ah, fuck.
Outside, Vader meets with Sufa the Hutt, a slug covered in jewellery. Sufa asks if Vader could give Jabba the route of the Imperial convoy carrying the credits. But naming Sufa as the new local crime boss, Vader warns the Hutt not to overstep. At a bar nearby, a Red IG unit walks in, but is stopped in the doorway by someone saying he's not welcome. A statement he answers by shooting the culprit in the neck.
Boy, he's back.
As IG-90 is greeted by Bosk, the Transocean bounty hunter, and B-Box, a small guy in Mandalorian-looking armour. They escort him to the back, where Black Chrysantan has stepped into a fighting ring after killing a competitor so he can take their place. After beating the competition, another Wookiee, Chrysantan joins them at a table, gifting B-Box some of the Wookiee's fur. They're then called to attention by Aphra. Gentlemen and violent robots, the Sontal pride has fallen, and their wealth is being transported as we speak. I have a plan. Now, who wants to get rich?
Ooh, I mean me.
And that's the end of the first issue. Would you like to do Crimes of Aphra?
Yeah, I would love to do Crimes of Aphra. Would you not like to do Crimes of Aphra?
I've read a lot of Aphra comics.
You've already done a lot of Crimes of Aphra.
I feel like if Aphra came up to me and went, "Hey, would you like to do some Vader and violence?" I'd go, "Aphra, I love you. I have seen too many of your heists to ever want to go on one of them."
I know better, respectfully.
Next cover.
Yes, let's go.
It's the gang.
It's the gang. It's the morally dubious gang. That's really cute. What a family photo.
You got Vader, you got Aphra, you got BT, you got Trip.
Like, are those like blaster bolts coming towards them in the background? Because like that's slightly ominous actually now that I look at it again. There's just blaster bolts coming towards these guys.
Yeah, I think so.
They're like, oh god, please don't shoot.
No one's aiming for Aphra, and everyone's aiming for droids.
Basically, yes.
To be fair, that's the safe bet.
Quick, shoot the droids.
In space, above Anfar Prime, at the edge of the Outer Rim, the transport with the credits flies through open space, stalked by the Archangel Aphra's ship. Aphra tells the group that they'll move in when the spaceship hits the asteroid belt, but annoyed when no one inquires which asteroid belt she's talking about, she hits a button and blows up a space rock near the Empire. As the ship panics about the debris, the bounty hunters fly in, with all except 000 and Chrysantan landing on the exterior of the ship. BT moves at the outside, while the other four make their way inside. B-Box angry that he's being used for droid work. Inside, the bounty hunters and Aphra fight their way through Imperial security droids towards a vault. Aphra wants to hurry before they're rumbled,
Yes.
as she doesn't want any trace of them being there left. She sets a homing beacon on the vault door, telling Chrysantan to begin his approach and everyone else to run. On his own ship, the rookie flies down with a big space rock attached by a cable, throwing it into the side of the Imperial ship towards a homing beacon. This causes the destruction of most of the hull and credits to leak into space, with BT creating an electromagnetic field to pick up the loot. Well, some of the loot. Most of it gets lost in space.
I mean, yeah, it's not exactly an efficient heist, is it?
They got less than they expected, but hey, some loot's better than no loot. Noted the hunters are angry about the smaller payday than expected.
That's fair. Very fair.
And back in the Archangel, Aphra tries to claim expenses, but Black Chrysanthemum shouts her down. As the bounty hunters leave, they accuse Aphra of cheating them, and she asks if they really think that's something she'd do. To which Bosk replies, "Yeah, you'll think about it."
Yeah, absolutely, Aphra.
B-Box tells her that next time she can pay up front, to which she promises that her employer will have more work for them soon. In a cave on Ampham 3, a moon of Ampham Prime, Aphra, the murder droids, and Chrysantan look over their massive pile of loot. Aphra telling the rookie that while she knew he was used to working crowds, she had no idea he was such a good actor. Aphra lets him take 5 times his score, saying she's happy to betray 3 bounty hunters, but 4 would have been suicide.
That's the limit, apparently.
It's a wise limit to have.
That's true.
As Rookie leaves, Vader appears, and Aphra tells him she promised to help Black Chrysanthemum find the people who cut him up. Asking Vader if he will help, he gives a vague answer. She states he has the droids, he has the bounty hunters, he now has a nice hoard of money to spend. And she asks Sif what's next, to which he tells her that her next mission will be to look for someone. She has a month to do it, and if she hasn't contacted Vader by then, he'll contact her, and she does not want him to contact her.
Oh no! You don't want to be WhatsApped by Vader at 3 a.m.
As Vader leaves, 000 complains about how IG-90 got a cut, but him and BT didn't. And Aphra goes, "Come on, I know the murder's what you enjoy, not the credits." And they're like, "Yeah, but there could have been more murder though, couldn't there? Like, we didn't actually kill anyone on that mission."
Oh, that's fair enough, actually. In the absence of murder, credits probably do need to be paid.
Are you ready for a briefing?
Yes.
It's time to meet our favourite Saturday morning villain crew.
Yo!
And Grand General Tag is going to give him a mission. You see,
Hell yeah.
on Maigitu, Sultan, and Amphan, a group called Plasma Devils are attacking the Empire. He says it's the twins' job to assault this, with their electro force abilities and their lightsabers. Carbon, the Moncal Grievous, takes offense to their lack of military ability, but Tag wants him to look for a pilot that destroyed the Death Star, a task Vader and Talon, the cybernetic lady with the droid balls, can't do, as Tag doesn't want their emotions to get him away. Talon's mind is to serve Tag on a research problem, and Vader is to investigate a recent theft of the Sultan Pride fortune, to which new evidence has been discovered.
Uh-oh.
When everyone is dismissed, Tag gets Vader to stick around so he can meet his new admin assistant, Inspector Tenoff. As Vader and Tenoff leave, the investigator suggests they start looking at the moons of Anaf for stolen credits, an area that he can tell Vader's recently familiar with, based on the specific dust on him. You see, it's from Ampham 3, and it would have faded after 24 hours.
Oh my god. Is this guy Thrawn in disguise?
Tenoff tells Vader that he's not a traitor or incompetent, like his last admin was. He has a job to do, and this case should be simple. And it's time for the next one. Next cover.
Next cover. Let's go.
I reflect on my reflection, and I ask myself a question. Am I a man? Or am I a machine?
I mean, that's a very good question for this guy.
If I'm a man, then
For
I'm no
context,
machine but man.
for visuals, this cover entails Vader looking out. He's looking wistfully, mournfully out of a window at 3. Well, they're not all Star Destroyers. No, they are. They are. The other one's just at a weird angle. No, there's more thrusters. No, they all have the same thrusters. Fuck. Yeah, they're both Stars. They're all Star Destroyers. There's 3 Star Destroyers out in front of it.
On Ampham 3, a group of rebels have found Darth Vader's tie after a lucky sighting. Walking into the cave hoping to kill the Sith, they find him standing alone. He comments that, "I found your slowness most aggravating," before igniting his lightsaber. On the orbital shipyard above Ampham Prime, Tenoff contacts Vader while looking over the wreckage of the transport. He deduces that based on the lack of interference and precision of the main hit, that a team staged the asteroid field, deleted some of the ship's records, and smashed it open with a special metal asteroid.
Ooh.
Vader warns that Tanuf could be mistaken and his time is precious, to which Tanuf agrees, saying he also feels above this task, but it was something he was asked to do, so he'll do it. Tanuf then takes a moment to ask Vader what he was doing on Ampham 3. We cut to see him, sitting on the top of his TIE, surrounded by corpses.
Classic Vader.
Chasing rebels. You can go see for yourself. Later, running down the elevator to a town beneath Ampham Prime's surface, Tanuf tells Vader of a droid fighting den where the criminals of his planet hide out. They are looking for an arms dealer called the Dragon, who would have supplied explosives for any heist in this sector, and one of his minions should be present. Stepping out of the lift, Tanuf warns Vader to act quietly, as the doors open to reveal stormtroopers flooding the streets. Storming inside, Tanuf sees the twins, and asks what Morit and Ionon are doing, to which Vader replies, rudimentary, if effective blade work. Seeing the informant, an Ortolan called Duan, Tanuf calls him to surrender. He pulls a gun which Vader quickly disarms with force, before grabbing him by the neck and moving him somewhere more quiet. Asking where the dragon is, the Ortolan originally lies, but when Vader calls him out, he reveals the true location, the planet's eastern core. For twins, calming down, Tanuf tries to give them the underling as an informant. They just kill him to make a point and build their reputation.
Sake. These guys.
Tanuf calls them kids, saying that they will succeed in stopping the plasma devils if they kill everyone in this sector. Meanwhile, on a Cloud City-like space station above Ampham Prime, Aphra and the droids park on the lower levels.
Do you reckon they called a Cloud City-like space station? Do you reckon that's on the side?
I doubt it, but visually that's what it is. Aphra and the droids park on the lower levels, and 000 is excited to see a holochess. He's awful at the game, but such a sore loser that he still manages to entertain his programming afterwards. Aphra meets with a Given, called the Anti, and buys information on a retired Republic-era military clerk. The Anti is confused why Aphra paid so much for information she could have just got for herself, and Aphra responds that this is quicker. And if you've forgotten, do you remember Drusel from Heir to the Jedi? The, maths whiz.
Yes. That's
this species. They look like the Silence from Doctor Who.
Yes, I remember, yeah.
Returning to the Archangel, 000 asks why they would want to hear of this Comodex Tarn, and Aphra replies that she has no clue what he'd want with a mortician from Naboo.
Great rhyme.
Do you have any idea what Vader could want with a mortician from Naboo?
I've got no clue what Vader could want with a mortician from Naboo.
Then we're in for a ride. And it's time for the issue 10 cover. It's Aphra in The Last of Us.
Yeah. The Last of Us. This is this is just Ellie from The Last of Us, except they've just dyed her hair a bit.
It's like a picture of Aphra, but in the background is Vader's face. Vader's face. Made out of what looks like spores.
It does. It looks like a bunch of spores. It looks like it really looks like she's like a little kid who's just made like a picture with pebbles in the snow and is looking up just like, Dad, look what I did.
I have some good news, Emily.
Oh yeah?
Vader has managed to track down the dragon.
Holy shit.
Would you like to see the dragon?
I would love to see the dragon. Is that the next image? Let's see the dragon. Whoa!
There he is.
There he is in all his glory. He's wonderful.
It's a Max Rebo looking mofo.
He is. He's a Max Rebo looking mofo. Oh, he's wonderful. He looks like a little like stuffed animal that I'd like to cuddle.
Vader, alone in the room with him, asks if he'll reveal who he sold explosive to. And when he replies yes, Vader cuts him in half, A shame.
Who?
Tanoff runs in and asks what happened. Vader says he threatened to detonate the building, to which Tanoff is shocked that Vader couldn't tell he was lying. Do not presume to know how the Force works. The dragon has a safe, but 3 wrong attempts will incinerate the contents. It would take a month to open safely, but comparing criminals to bugs, Tanoff wants to strike before they can scatter, but asks Vader permission to attempt to open it. The first attempt, wrong. The second attempt,
Ooh.
wrong.
Ooh.
Third, a blast of excitement from Tanoff as he opens it.
Fuck's sake.
He reveals that based upon the sweat build-up on the keys, and the likely codes a man like the dragon would use, he had a 75% chance of getting it in 4 attempts.
Who's this BBC Sherlock motherfucker who's just come in here?
He's not Thrawn.
He's Thrawn. I feel like Thrawn and Eli had a love child, and then I know that fucking timelines don't add up, but Thrawn and Eli have had a love child, and this is him. He's doing admin, but he's also being like an arrogant little bastard about it and being like, well, according to the sweat patterns on the keys.
He tells Vader that he'll look over the records, but will need to work alone. He asks Vader to be ready to strike when the time for action comes, and Vader warns him he may be talented and persistent, but he can still disappoint.
Ooh.
On Naboo, Commodex is having a lovely evening. Then the Archangel blows up his security, a platoon of assassin droids descends, and he tries to fight back only to have BT shoot the gun from his hand.
Uh-oh.
Aphra tells the assassin's droids to find the safe and make it look like a robbery, and Thrawn works out he's going to die no matter what he says. Aphra brings up Padme Amidala, and the man tells her that she was a good queen, to which Aphra tells him her life story. You see, her mum split from her dad in a time of war and they moved to the frontier together. Mum was optimistic. Good. But then raiders came. Her mum told her to run, but she had a gun stashed away, so she came back and blew up all the pirates. Then her dad came back, and it was happily ever after, and now she collects cool guns because her mum definitely didn't die on a ditch on some dead-end planet because of her idealism.
Definitely not.
Commodex apologises, to which Aphra replies, "It's a war, everyone has stop stories," and sets 000 on the prisoner. As he screams, Aphra looks through his family pictures, commenting that he seemed to have a good life. 000 calls her back in, telling her that the man's ready to talk, and she asks about Padme's body on death. How the hollow showed she was pregnant, but Commodex saw the body, so he would know. He asks if the Queen had a son who was taken away by the Jedi, and Commodex replies, "Yes, a son, a healthy son. I don't know anything else. Padme, forgive me." And so Aphra tells 000 to finish things up. As we walk back to the ship, 000 says that they could have learned more, but Aphra counters that they did their job, and they didn't come here to be sadists. 000 replies, "Speak for yourself." And the droids get ready to tell Vader about the heir to Naboo.
The heir to Naboo. So there's an heir to everything, it seems, in this sort of era.
And they're all Luke.
And they're all Luke. Leia can be the heir to Naboo.
No, because Aphra didn't find out about Leia, because she found out it was a son and then killed the guy.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
This is a rare case where 000's lust for murder would probably have worked.
Yeah. A very rare case.
Back on Amphan Prime, Aphra issues a report while shooting the local wildlife, telling Vader the Queen sounded like something great. Vader gives her next mission: find the boy who destroyed the Death Star before his rivals. She plans to go back to the Ante, and asks Vader if they should be worried about Tanoff. Vader replies that the adjutant suspects nothing, as a camera watches over them.
Oh.
And it's Darth Vader issue 11 time.
Go. Why would you assume you can outsmart a guy who does the BBC Sherlock thing? You know? Oh, that's a sick cover. Holy shit, that's really
quiet,
cool.
I'm going into my mind palace.
Shut up, Vader, I'm in my mind palace.
Badum,
Can't go anymore. Oh no, I know this bit. Do 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 do. Yay!
So yeah, Vader is making a ring of fire around himself, which looks cool, but my dude, you're about to fall through the floor.
He is just about to. Ah, fuck! Why did you have to ruin this cover for me? I like this one. Fuck! He is about to fall through the floor. Vader,
He's
no!
like,
Stop! Stop cutting!
he's like, see here, my enemy. In 2 more seconds, I will be dead. Is that what you want? I mean, you're an evil Sith, so kind of, but now you're putting it on me? Like, I'm just a bartender. Why are you...
I could have been different, you know.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
I'm sorry.
On the station above Anthem Prime again, Aphra meets with Vianti, and they discuss the storms and the grass giant below. When asked if you can travel in the storms, Vianti replies, probably not. I'm a man who believes in sure things. To which Aphra adds, and I'm a woman who doesn't believe in sure things. And 000 chimes in, I'm a droid who likes holo chess.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Giving the droid some credits, Aphra and Vianti walk off to do their business.
I would also give the droid some credits for that.
On his ship, Vader gets an alert to mobilize his troops. Tanoff has found the identity of our sector's biggest information broker, the Anti. And if they can get to him first, this whole case will be sorted.
They're really upping the ante with this one.
In the Anti's office, Aphra offers to pay this huge price for a pilot's location. The payment confirms to him that Aphra was involved in the recent heist, and she tells him to stop crime boss flirting. She doesn't want to see his enormous underground operation. She just wants the info.
Somebody needs to tell Boba Fett about this.
He tells her that the Death Star's destroyer is on a planet called Vorgus Vass. As their business concludes, they get word of an incoming Imperial raid. And I'm not sure if you picked up on it, but in the Star Wars issues, one of the holocrons mentioned a Jedi Temple on Vorgus Vass.
Oh! You know what? I didn't pick up on it. I was just thinking about how Vorgus Vath is a good name.
Playing holo chess, BD and 000 get a warning for raid from Aphra, telling them to meet back at the Archangel. But Trip just lost a game, and he intends to make the Jaros he was playing pay by offering him a deadly handshake. Before the Jaros accepts, the Empire burst in, saying if the clientele resists, they'll die. As the Jaros starts to run away, 000 laments letting the cheater go. So BD, to make his friend happy, shoots a man down, causing the Empire to panic, and a whole big firefight to ensue.
Uh-oh. But it was sweet that BT did that.
000 asks what he did to deserve BT.
Aww.
Droid love.
Droid love. So cute.
Vader and Tanoff block off the Anti at his office, but he has destroyed his records, as is his service. He, as an offer of good faith, tells the Sith that the Plasma Devils are based on an Aphra-1, and says if they want any more information, we'll have to take him alive. And when Tanoff asks about the heist, he says they're lucky. Going to the main room, he points at Aphra as she runs away, but before he can name her, Vader redirects a blaster bolt into his chest. Tanoff is of course annoyed about this given dying, but sends all his men after Aphra, as Vader walks the other way. And if you look at the next image, you get to see my favourite image from both these trades.
Let's have a look. So Aphra is running away from a bunch of stormtroopers down a corridor.
It's Aphra the indie game.
Aphra the indie game. Yeah, no, you're right. Aphra is in their hit indie game, which is soon to come out next year. She's running away from a bunch of stormtroopers. She says, BT, shut the blaster in the approach corridor. And then BT shuts the one in front of her. She goes, not that one, the one behind. But no, she's managed to slide underneath the door as it's closing. And she says, oh, it doesn't matter. So then she destroys the console for the door to make sure that they can't open it again. She says, 000, I'm incoming. Get the engines running. I'll be with you in 2... And there's another shot to her in front of her.
And do you want to go straight on to the next panel and
will.
describe what happens?
Whoa! All of a sudden, the door opens and Vader is there. She says, hi, boss. This is tight. If I can get away, we have... Oh, and then Vader cuts her off, ignites his lightsaber and says, do not struggle. Do not struggle, and lifts her up, force choking her. Oh, no! Oh, that's a pretty cool sequence, actually.
She squeaks out, but she knows who the boy is, and Vader drops her, asking where. To which she replies, I'll tell you. Later. When into her ship, she turns and says, boss. But Vader replies, go. You'll pay later.
Ooh.
As she takes off, Vader lifts the rebel up into the air and drops it on himself. As Tunoff and the troops arrive, he lifts it up and tells them a woman had set traps. As Aphra flies through the solar storms, she sees why the Anti warned against it. Getting through, she comes face to face with an Imperial blockade, as Tunoff tells Vader they'll soon have captured her, and we'll see what she has to say. And that's the end of that issue.
And that's the end of that issue. Ooh. I like the mental image of Vader just like being like, ah, fuck, and then picking up that piece of rubber and just going, okay, I'm just going to drop this on myself then.
It's like Aphra is demeaning Vader in a way no one should demean Vader.
Right? She's getting away with murder here, truly.
How are you feeling about Aphra's chances?
I'm feeling like she'll probably be fine because I know that she's in other stuff, but also I'm like, girl, you're on thin ice.
This was like the joy of Aphra in this time, because she was a new character, and like, you weren't sure what was going to happen to her.
Yeah. No, she's really cool.
And then if you go to the next image, that will be the last cover.
Last cover is... Ah, sick. We have Vader leading a bunch of troopers and TIE fighters into battle. He's got his lightsaber lifted up to deflect. He's deflected a lot of blaster bolts on these covers. A lot of them.
Yep,
He's
it's
deflected
his favourite pose.
It is his favourite pose, and you know what? Fair enough. It's a good look on him. I'll let him have it. Yeah, sick cover.
Aphra hides in the storm, as Tunoff sends out TIE bombers to either chase her out or drag her out. He is eager to know who her patron is, assuming there's an internal leak, which is when Vader says that they are wasting time and resources, when they should be after the Plasma Devils. Tunoff hits himself in the head, saying that Vader's right. Only the Empire know about the thief, but the Plasma Devils are a known threat to the wider galaxy. And with the Anti-Dead, they may scatter, they should chase while they can. Vader warns that Tag will be displeased, but Tunoff argues that only they fail, and neither man is the business of failure.
Ooh.
As the Imperials leave, inside the Archangel, BT beeps. 000 replies that no, he doesn't think retreating is the right word. Aphra relaxes, saying she's going to live, and 000 helpfully adds, for now.
For now, I guess, bitch. You'll be alright for now.
Reaching Amphan 1, a moon in the gas giant of Amphan Prime, Tunoff doesn't know how to approach without scattering the raiders away. Vader tells him to wait for a signal and fire on the Western Passage, promising to take care of the East himself. Inside the base, it's revealed these unseen enemies are actually a rebel cell. As the alert of the Western Passage getting shot comes through, they flee in their ships, the first being a Y-Wing to take off, only for Vader to destroy the ships with Force and Saber one at a time.
Ooh.
Dropping rebel helmets on the floor in front of Tag and the Sinister Six, Vader announces that the Plasma Raiders are dead. Tag points out that they let the thief escape, and as Tunoff steps in to take the blame for giving the orders, Vader says it was his operation and was his idea.
Oh.
Tag concedes that given the tight time frame, they made the right choice. As the twins look defeated, failing their own mission, Carbon gloats, but Tag cuts him off, pointing out he still hasn't got the boy. Leaving the briefing, Tunoff tells Vader it's been an honour to work together, and to turn a misdemeanor into a decisive victory. If he feels it's a shame the thief escaped, Vader assures him justice will come for her. In a cave on one of the moons, 000 asks Aphra why she risks returning when Vader made clear what would happen if she blackmailed him. As he and BT discuss the ways Vader is likely to kill her, the man himself appears. Aphra instantly tells him that the pilot's from Vargos Vos, and he admits, "I'm surprised to see you here." She tells him that she needs to prove she was useful and trustworthy, so he keep her around and not hunt her. She actually likes working for him. He warns her that over the last few days he's had a chance to appreciate true talent. And Aphra replies that she can't wait for this won't they stage the relationship to be over. Vader asks what Vargos Vos has to offer, and when she says there's a Jedi temple there, Vader reveals there's non-Imperial records. As Vader leaves alone, Carbon watches from his spy cam. Vader tried to usurp his mission, and while the boy will be on Vargos Vos, he will not be alone.
Ooh.
That's the end of this one.
Yo! What the hell?
Did you like how Vader has a boyfriend now?
Yeah, I was just about to say Vader has a boyfriend. Honestly, I love this for him. He's got himself a little Eli. We love to see it.
No, I hate to break
Honestly.
this to you. Thrawn is the Eli.
What is the Eli?
No, Vader's the
Wait.
Eli. Shit.
Oh, wait. I was about to be like, Thrawn is the Eli? What the fuck are you trying to say to me? Was he Thrawn the whole time? Oh, God.
Vader is the Eli in this relationship.
No, I 100% agree. Vader very much is the Eli in this relationship. He's like, oh, I don't really want to be working with this strange man, but I'll do it. And then they develop a good working relationship, and perhaps even a friendship, perhaps a relationship. And
Perhaps.
then by the end, perhaps, and then by the end, Vader's just like, "No, I'll take the fall for this guy." When has Vader ever done that for anyone?
When he needs to be in that person's good books, we don't suspect him of being an Imperial informant.
Okay.
So yeah, what did you think of this one?
It's very good. I
I feel
liked
like
it
a
a
lot
lot.
more happens in this one than happens in the Star Wars one.
It does, yeah. I enjoyed this one more. Not that I dislike the other one, but I just I like the first one as well. The first lot that we looked at. These are really good. So yeah, they're really sick.
I think these two together are stronger than the last two.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I do think they're both good, but I think I enjoy Vader a little bit more. It's close
I
though
do
for
as
me.
well. Aphra's great. She's a lot of fun. I love the murder droids. They're so cute. They had such a cute little moment in the middle there. I'm just like, oh, droid love. And yeah, I'm interested to see um what goes down with in the future. How Vader and Aphra continue to work together.
What were your favourite moments from both books?
Ooh, my favorite moments from both books. Starting with Star Wars, I'm gonna say, firstly the reveal of the buff art.
Oh, so good.
Oh, he's so wonderful. I'm gonna go
I'm
back
happy
and
to
look
say
at
that
him.
Gracchus will continue to plague us for
Hell
a
yeah,
time.
Gracchus is so fucking buff. Somebody out there is genuinely into Gracchus. Somebody out there, I know, on the internet somewhere. It's what he deserves, well and truly. He's truly something else. I really enjoyed also Gracchus number 5, the horrible EMP that doesn't really do anything, and also does everything that defies all laws of physics. I enjoyed that. That was fun.
For plot EMP.
Plot EMP, yeah. A plot
Do you
device
see
only.
Do you see EMP Machina?
It's EMP man. I did enjoy it. I liked Graphics number 5. I liked speculating about Graphics 1 to 4. And I liked Han Solo doing, at the end of Resident Evil 4 when it's not at the end. It's near the end of Resident Evil 4 where like Leon's like in the boat with Ada Wong and she's being all mysterious and stuff as she's wont to do, and then she like leaves and he just goes, "Ugh, women." That was this. That was Han Solo's arc.
I have
in
never
this.
played Resident Evil 4, and I do not know this.
Oh no! Don't say those words to me. That's
It's on the
criminal.
list, you know this.
You must. You must play the remake. It's fucking. It's really really sick.
It's on the list. There's no Ethan Winters, though.
Okay. How long is the list?
So I'm playing God of War Ragnarok now. Then I want to play a
Yeah.
cute little platformer. And then it
Mhm.
will depend if Alan Wake 2 is out, because I'm quite excited for that one. If not, I'll probably get Resi What's It Face.
Yo, nice. No, please do. Let me know your thoughts on it. You know how much I love Resident Evil.
But I'm very slow at games currently.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I'm playing. I'm not gonna get too far into this because it's taking us a bit off track. But I'm playing Baldur's Gate right now,
Free?
bro. Yeah,
What's
I'm
that
playing.
like?
I was swayed to it because a couple of friends of mine were just like, it's really really good. It's really good. You'd love it. It's like it's got Dragon Age about it, like in parts. It's very character driven. So I was like, oh fuck it, I'll do it. I'll buy it. It's really 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 good. It's insane. It's
Someone
like
showed me an image and I was like, holy shit, it's a tiefling, is this D&D based? And then I found out it was
yes,
D&D
yeah,
based, and suddenly I'm like, what?
yeah, it's D&D based.
I
It's
can't get people to
really
play
really
D&D with me, so maybe this would be an alternative.
yeah. It's fully co-op, so you can just like use a companion slot to bring somebody else along with you.
You don't
You
have
can bring
friends.
like you don't have friends. Okay. I'm just gonna gloss over that because that stung deeply.
I feel like we transcend friendship.
We're like yeah, we're on another plane of existence entirely.
We're more than friends.
We're more than friends.
We're
But
co-hosts.
it's a bond too deep. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't understand.
Now we can finish each other's.
Sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
Fuck. Yeah, Baldur's Gate is fucking fantastic. It's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it.
Where were we with Star Wars? Where were we?
Sorry, we done it. I said I wasn't going to go on about it, but I kind of did. We were talking about moments that I enjoyed in this, and I only got to Star Wars. But to be honest, actually, I've already said what I enjoyed a lot in Vader just a minute ago when we were talking about it. Um, I liked
Mhm.
Vader and Tannis like a little bromance that they had going on. I thought that was sweet. I thought Aphra was great, and I like her back and forth with Vader. And I thought the murder droids were really funny in this one. There we go.
Do you have any ideas where we're gonna go from here?
Oh, what did you do? I think the Vader's gonna start like tracking Luke down, and they're gonna do some stuff on the cool planet. It had the planet with a good name that I can't remember. The V planet slash moon.
Vorgus Voss.
August Voss, that's it. The the bad guy, the Paul Bettany bad guy from Solo, right?
Drogon Voss. Yeah?
Yeah. There's a method. There's a method to my madness. Well, they're going to continue. They're going to go on there and they're going to continue looking. And I reckon that the two are going to kind of merge, right? Because they've got to meet up at some point. There's going to be some
Ooh.
crossover.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. Can I perhaps be a slight bit correct?
You may be set on something.
See, I'm not entirely stupid.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Do you want to start wrapping this up then?
Yeah, let's. Shall we?
If you've enjoyed the show, feel free to get in contact with us on Instagram. We have an Instagram, it's at Crashing the Starfighter. At TikTok, we have a TikTok, it's at Crashing the Starfighter. Send us an email at crashingthestarfighter@gmail.com.
Whoa.
I have a question for you, Emily.
I would love to hear it.
Next episode, we're going to make an important visit for a podcast.
Whoa.
We're going to
Got a
visit
Disneyland.
Galaxy's Edge for the first time.
Whoa! Oh my god, I was right! Holy shit, I was right! That was such a weird coincidence.
So my question to you What just happened?
Okay, it's happened.
My
My
question
son.
to you. I can't believe it happened. Wow. My question to you is, what is the name of the planet where Galaxy's Edge is based?
Okay, all right. I'll think about it until next time.
So yeah, I've been Sam, and I am Sam, and I will continue to be Sam.
Oh, I hope so. I hope you'll continue to be Sam. I'm Emily, but I don't know what the future holds.
Maybe you can also be Sam next week.
Maybe we'll see.
Thank you for listening. See you later. Bye.
See you later, everyone. It looks like Mr. Beast has been. Firstly, he started off on day two. He woke up in a coffin and he clawed his way out of the dirt. And secondly, he met a very horrible, like policeman, army guy,
I think he's being
something who
arrested.
had arrested him. Yeah, he's been arrested because they found him on the run,
He's been
and he
arrested
had
for
like a
escaping
prison
the coffin.
jumpsuit on. Yeah, he got changed into a prison jumpsuit from the suit that he was in the coffin on, and now he's being arrested for it for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And in prison, he's managed to find a get rich quick scheme, and he's managed to make a lot of money. And the guy from Smosh is very angry about it. The final part of this story is that they've gone to an abandoned island. He's got a new friend, Mr. Beast. Actually, are either of those Mr. Beast? Yeah, no, that's Mr. Beast. Yeah, he's finally shaved his beard off,
Is it Mr.
and now he's
Beast?
got and they're both having a heart attack on the tropical island.
It's Mr. Beast and PewDiePie, and they've killed someone in a sports bra,
Killed someone
and
in a sports
now they're
bra.
having heart attacks.
And that's the end of day two.
Maybe they got food poisoning from the money. Maybe they ate money.
They ate the money. That's true. They had to get it across the borders.
They ate
Also,
the money, but it was prison money. It hadn't been cleaned.
I think that the hand in day two that's been photoshopped onto that guy is the hand from the coffin one. They've
It
just
is.
flipped the thumb. That's so weird. Oh, that looks really horrible. Oh God, hate that. This is a really great tangent for us to go on, considering that we're on a podcast.
Yeah, fully visual thing. Where was I?